Hi everyone and welcome to Creative Heads Self-Styled. I'm Nikki and I'm here today to be showcasing you a beautiful blonde look on behalf of Wella Professionals. Today I'm going to be creating a nice seamless blonde melt and I'm going to be using all of the Wella colour portfolio to create glass hair. So what is glass hair? The glass hair is all about creating that mirror-like shine and that beautiful iridescent light reflective look on your colour. I'm going to be bringing that trend to life on my beautiful model Georgia. So let's get started. Which, as you can see, she's not had her colour done now for over 6 months. So we're going to be working through lots of lightness through here using Blonderplex, and then we're going to be toning using Shinefinity, and then we're going to be going over the top of that with a clear glaze. So I really want to show you how to create the most beautiful shine for your Instagram pictures, and of course to keep your clients happy. I'll be walking you through my Airtouch hybrid technique, taking my model lighter, but also showing you how I create dimension within this technique. This method is perfect for achieving seamless blended results while preserving the integrity of the hair. Whilst lightening today, I choose to work with Blonderplex 9 and 6% Lock on Perfect on a mixing ratio of 1 to 1.5. This will give me the perfect lightening power for the technique that I am showing you today. I started off by sectioning my model's hair into 4 parts, being 1 down the top of the head, 2 on either side of the head, and then 1 big section down the back, and I'll show you why in a second. But first I want to talk to you about Airtouch. So why are we using Airtouch today? As I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing a mixture of Airtouch and chunky weaves. So the chunky weaves throughout the middle of the hair will give me the dimension that Georgia wants, as when she wears her hair wavy, she likes to see the contrast in 2 colours. Georgia has a really beautiful natural depth with a 7-stroke hoe, so I'm choosing today not to add any darkness or any dark colours to the hair, as eventually we want to work with Georgia's natural colour through with the blonde that I'm going to be putting in today. In preparation for this appointment today, I told Georgia to come to me with really clean, freshly washed hair and smoothed out. That will make my life much easier when working with Airtouch. Airtouch is a technique that does need to be done on clean hair, so it's something that's worth mentioning to your clients just to save you that little bit of extra time when they arrive for their appointment. So let me take you back to what we're doing now. So I've just popped in 2 Airtouch panels on a diagonal on the hairline because I really want that seamless blend when Georgia lifts and ties her hair up. And as you can see, the 2 diagonal sections are already in, and I'm just about to pop in the horizontal section now. I'm going to continue this pattern all the way up the head with 2 horizontals and a vertical towards the top. And what that's going to do is that's going to give me a great starting point when working up the back of the head. As you'll see in a moment, I will be changing from Airtouch to a chunky classic weave. So my intention here is to use Airtouch around the hairline, use a chunky weave throughout the rest of the hair, and then use Airtouch on that all-important parting, because that's the area that we want the most seamless grow out to be. Airtouch is a great technique for finer, more fragile hair, as it helps to exclude breakage-prone baby hairs whilst lightening. The soft grow out means it's ideal for clients who prefer less frequent salon visits. I also love the fact that you can really personalise Airtouch depending on what your client wants in the final result. So today it's really great for me to show you that you can create a dimensional look also using Airtouch across the parting. And what that is going to do is that's going to see some of Georgia's natural hair depth work through the hair, but also maintaining that beautiful Airtouch technique, but it doesn't take you as long to do. So my reason for choosing Airtouch down the parting and not the chunky weave is the fact that Georgia doesn't really want the stripy dimensional look throughout the top, but she likes it throughout the mid-lengths and ends, so you can really see the 2 colours pop when it's waved or it's worn curly. Airtouch is particularly beautiful when done down the parting, as this will give you a really nice beautiful grow out, something that can't really be mimicked with classic full head of highlights. As you can see, I've now moved on to doing chunky highlights throughout the middle of the hair, and as you can see they are really chunky, and that's what's going to give me the beautiful dimension. Using a board and a foil to create maximum saturation really helps me to create that look that I'm wanting to achieve today. I'm just going to continue that same technique all the way up to the top. So 2 diagonals and the horizontal sections allow me to work really quickly up the back of the head. Now the whole back of the head only took me about 20 minutes, which is absolutely perfect when working with liner. When I get to the top of the head around the crown, I will then start to work back in the Airtouch technique, as this will tie in through the top of the head, the same technique that I'm going to continue through that top section. It's important to work your dryer downwards when blowing the air throughout the hair. It's important to also hold the hair 3 parts down the hair really tightly and lift to allow the baby hairs to drop through the centre of the hair. You can then go ahead and separate the sections with your fingers, using only the top part of the hair to go into the foil, allowing all the baby hairs to break through and be kept out. I'm also only working through all the darker parts of Georgia's hair to maintain the integrity of the hair. Any parts of the hair that are already lifted to a level 9 will be left out, so I will not be oversaturating the hair with bleach. As you can see here, I've just moved on to my first side section, and I'm going to be working in slices around the hairline at the front, because this is where Georgia wants some maximum impact and she wants to really feel that she's nice and bright on that face frame. Again, not pulling through any liner where it's not needed. Here's a close-up of the baby hairs. Now there's not one hair on the front of this head that will go untouched. So I'll be painting on the liner as close as I possibly can without leaving out any of those little important baby hairs. Just behind the first foil, I'll be doing another slice to create maximum impact and really tie in that face frame throughout the sides of the hair. After my 2 slices have been placed, I will then work throughout the sides and work my way up to the parting, doing a chunky weave, following the technique throughout the back to create the dimension in the sides also. I'll be doing these foils diagonally and pivoting my way up to the parting area to work to a vertical, where I'll be then continuing to do the Airtouch technique through the top of the head. Again, this is a really super speedy way of creating maximum without doing Airtouch throughout the whole head. Airtouch is a very time consuming technique and it can take a long time to do. So I'm bringing to you today a technique that I use, which is an Airtouch hybrid technique. I'm all about creating super speedy services within the salon that are going to give your clients pretty much exact results, but really personalised for them. I'm just working through my second side now, and I'll just be showing you again how I create face frame. So 2 slices back throughout the whole of the front hairline, not starting my weaves until I have done these 2 slices. Again, working up a diagonal back, doing a chunky weave after my first 2 foils, pivoting that to the top section that I've sectioned out until I reach a horizontal. This will give me a really nice connection from the top section of the hair to the sides. And as you can see, I'm now at the front of Georgia's head, so I'm still going to be working them 2 sliced foils in at the front, as I have done around the side of the hairline, before I continue with my Airtouch technique across the top. After blowing the hair, you will be left with longer strands of hair, and they are the strands that will need to be lightened. So as you can see, I've sectioned out the shorter baby hairs, and I'm just working through the lightener through the longer hair that's left. And I'll be continuing that right the way back to the crown. Using a board for this technique is perfect because it allows you to get really super close to the root whilst able to press down and saturate the hair really well. As you can see here, all my foils are in and I am about to leave this to develop for 15 minutes before rinsing. So here we have the finished result, and as you can see, the lift is so beautiful. We've definitely created a level 9 lift there, which is what we wanted. So we applied Wellaplex stage 2 for 10 minutes and then rinsed using System Professional to finish. We're now at the toning stage, so we're doing a root melt of 30 grams of 7/81 and 10 grams of 4O, which is one of my favourite signature go-to colours for root melts. Using the bowl and brush activator for more precision application. Mixing up my mid-length and ends colour now, using 50 grams of 9/36 and 10 grams of 9/81. That will give me that little bit of cool, but also giving me that nice vanilla champagne tone as well. I absolutely love this, it's one of my favourites. So with my root melt, I went in and painted on all the roots using the root colour, avoiding at this stage the face frame. Working that product through all of the roots and applying plenty of it on before combing through and applying the mid-lengths and ends afterwards. Now all of that root melt colour's on and it's been combed through, I'll start to section throughout the back first and apply the mid-lengths and ends to the rest of the hair, blending it through to the root colour. This will give me a really seamless transition. It's really important to comb through the root area first before we apply that secondary colour to avoid any harsh lines and demarcations of that colour within the hair. So the final part of the toner will be the front of the hairline, the face frame. This is because the hair's a lot finer around that area, so it's likely to take a lot faster. So this is just a little tip of mine, is to apply this last and then you'll not get any overtoning and it will be nice and bright. As you can see, I've just finished the first part of the toning service and I'm going to be moving on to the clear glaze. So what this will do is after your first toner is developed and rinsed, you can go ahead and apply Shine Finity Clear Gloss, and what that's going to do is it's going to give you that extra glaze along with that mirror-like shine for your glass hair finish. I love the fact that this service takes only 10 minutes, so it's really quick and easy and it gives you a really beautiful result. And for the ultimate glass hair finish, I recommend going in with a System Professional infusion and mask to create that luxury treatment and glass-like finish to the hair. For the ultimate shine, today I've decided to use Lux Oil by System Professional along with Thermal Image to give me a really weightless feel to the hair whilst blow drying, along with lots of light reflective shine and heat protection. Blow drying with a smooth round brush and keeping the cuticle intact by blowing down the shaft of the hair to create lots of shine. As you can see, Georgia is really impressed with her colour already. And so am I. Gave Georgia a well-needed haircut And you can now see how the chunky weaves are still giving us that dimension through the middle and end. And at the root area we have the most beautiful blend. And now I'm going to finish off the style using my GHD irons to curl the hair, wave away from the face and create all the curls in the same direction, leaving the ends nice and smooth. This will give it a nice modern feel. I really couldn't live without finishing off this style with some eye me glam mist. This will give it the most perfect glass-like shine to create the most beautiful images for social media. Head over to Nikki Clifford _hair on Instagram for more blonde inspiration. I hope this masterclass has given you the confidence you need to try this on your own clients. I can't wait to see all your results, and thank you so much for watching.